Ta-da! So the first, I'm like Vanna White's. The first thing you notice is that we decided to redesign the dashboard again. After last time when I said we would never ever do it. Literally. But what we found is we did a process. As you know, we worked with a fantastic design and usability firm called Happy Copy on 2.5. And they created the 2.5 interface, but we made one mistake, just that we forgot. It's that although we tested everything before we did the redesign, we forgot to test things after we did the redesign. So 2.5 included some things that were slightly less usable than previous versions. So for example, in every previous version of WordPress, to edit a comment, you click edit. Makes sense. In 2.5, there's no edit button. You had to click the author's name, which used to go to their web address, and figure that out. Anyway, so this is the new version. We created a test version of WordPress called Crazy Voice. We used actually laser eye tracking. So it's this technology where there's a camera and then a set of lasers on top of a monitor. And while you're using the computer, it tracks where your eyes go. And so you get some really interesting data. So someone could say, I didn't see that button. But you could look at the video and see they did see the button. Maybe it was the wrong color, or maybe it was too small, or maybe the text was incorrect. So that's why they couldn't keep up with it. So this is the new dashboard. Now something that's cool about this is that it's completely customizable. So for example, you can expand and collapse these and drag them around, which is kind of fun. And of course, you can customize them as before if you were to edit, for example, WordPress news and put something else in. There's a new box here called Quick Press, which is a way to quickly take notes or just do a very, just a quick post if you want to, and a lightweight interface, so you don't need the full thing. Another thing you'll notice is that the menu system is now completely like drop-down menus, so you can go through it very quickly. I'm going to jump over here to themes. Of course, as before, you can sort of preview a theme before you see it. One of my favorite things is comments. Who gets a lot of comments here? Mariana. Oh, he's not even here. So I deal with a lot of comments on WordPress, and so we paid a lot of attention to this. So we reorganized it to be more table-like. Some cool features here. So for example, if there's columns you don't use, you can customize them and remove it. Like that. And you can do this on many pages of WordPress. You can of course approve and unapprove. Now remember how editing comment was difficult before. There's a new feature where you can actually just now double click. Now edit it right there. Ooh. This is where you go, ooh. And save it anyway. Another cool feature is you can reply to the comments directly from the app. So this is another reply. So submit that via Ajax, and then if we were to visit the blog again, see the comments right there. Now what's kind of cool about this is a new feature of WordPress is if I go over here, bounce over the settings, discussion, I can now just check enable threaded comments. Watch this. Ta-da! I was waiting for you to clap so I could take a drink of water. You're killing me up here. And of course you can reply to these in mine as well. So now this is all built in. Things like comment pagination, where if you have lots of comments, you can paginate things. Comment threading, apply from the dashboard. You can, the same things I just did for quick editing comments, you can also do that for posts. So for example, let's say there's a post here, heating water. I could change the title, slug, make it sticky or not. Sticky post, another new feature. It allows you to put a post at the top of the blog. Edit the tags, do all sorts of things via Ajax really quickly. Even if I wanted to, I could check all of these posts like that and do a bulk edit, both of them. Once I did that in a demo on my blog. So for example, this allows you to add and remove posts, and then add, say for example, the Kismet category to all of them. So it makes the management of your post a lot easier. But most of what we do on blogs is writing, right? It's all about authorship of content. So you can now jump over here with this new shortcuts menu, which actually you can customize to whatever screens you use most frequently in WordPress, and go to the right page, which is my favorite new page. The first thing you'll notice is a lot cleaner. There's a lot less going on than there used to be. The panels are now completely draggable and droppable. So I can put this over here, from right column to left column, which is pretty cool. Another thing is, let's say there's things that you don't use. So for example, I don't use most of this stuff. I can actually go through and hide it. Very simple. I'm actually on, let me go to add new post, add new pages. So you can hide almost everything on the page. Let's hide that, custom fields, comments, privacy, and then you can arrange it how you like. So this is actually how I arrange mine. I like to put the publish box underneath, and then the categories and tags on the side. The biggest complaint about 2.5 is that who here hated when we moved categories to the bottom? Who loved it? Anybody? That's why it got moved. You can actually still move them. And another cool thing about this is you see there's a sidebar format for it now. But if I move it over here, it'll change to look like the old format, where you go through it. Now on this screen in particular, it's kind of narrow, right? There's not a ton of room. So if I were using this full time, you can actually move everything out of the sidebar, and it'll expand. So you get more horizontal room. And one of my favorite features is actually throughout the entire admin. The menu is collapsible as well. And then you get a nice pop-up menu to allow you to quickly navigate. This is not complete. We're still working on the design, so many aspects of the design are going to change. For example, there's currently an icon contest going on, where we're going to choose new icons for that. But, as you can see, we put a ton, basically the bulk of the research, the big goal of what we were doing, was not just to make it prettier or to change the colors or anything like that, we were really focusing on speed. So we track the number of clicks it takes to do every single action inside of WordPress. And basically, for every single thing, for moderating comments, for editing posts, for almost anything you can do within WordPress, it now takes fewer clicks and is measurably faster when we time people using the old version and the new version. So even if you're an experienced user that knows the old interface very well, you'll find that you'll be even quicker on the new one. So that's WordPress 2.7.
Hello, Dolly. It's gone.
Hello Dolly is not gone. So there are some people in the world, maybe one of them here, that are trying to get rid of Hello Dolly. What is up with this? So there is a campaign, as some of you might know, although I'm the person up here on stage, I don't run WordPress. WordPress runs me. So there was a pretty fervent campaign to get rid of Hello Dolly in the admin, and I felt personally aghast with this. I was shocked. So we did some tests. We can now track sort of the popularity of plugins, not just by the number of downloads, but by the number of activations. And it turns out that Hello Dolly, of the 3,000 plugins in the WordPress world, is number 12 for activations, which is kind of incredible. So there's hundreds of thousands of blogs out there that are actively using Hello Dolly. It's more popular than AdSense. It's more popular than so we're not removing it. But it is being redesigned because it currently does not work with this new design. So we're trying to think of a good way to integrate it. And as a joke, I was one of the people on the development team has this disagreement. So I asked him, well, could you please help redesign it? And the first lyric that showed when he was testing it was, Dolly will never go away. Which was appropriate. Check that out.